Lewandowski, former senior advisor for the Trump campaign, with us. Corey, is this a danger for the president?
Well, Leland, look, at the end of the day, midterm elections are always about the economy. Very few midterm elections ever end up being about a foreign policy matter, which is very much dominated where this president has been the last couple of weeks. He's resolving wars around the world. But listen, at the end of the day, what they say is all politics is local, and it all depends on if you can support your family. There are two things happening right now. Your previous segment talked about it. It's the safety and security for people to go out in their streets, in their neighborhoods. That's very important for them. But it's also the economic impact. And the question is, are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? It's the age-old question that always comes back to haunt presidents. And if you look at the trajectory right now, people are better off. And there's a long time before the midterms. We still got 14 months before people are going to go to the polls. And we have to give this opportunity for this one big, beautiful bill and all the money that the taxpayers and Congress gave to the government to go and spend to actually happen.
All right. There's two issues here. One is how people feel. The other is how the White House and Republicans talk about it. And by that, I mean that the thing that crushed Joe Biden's presidency is Democrats kept saying the economy was great and didn't acknowledge how people were feeling. Senator Kennedy, Republican of Louisiana, issued that warning last week on the show. Take a listen.
President Trump is not talking enough about the economy, and specifically inflation. People are tired of paying more to live worse.
What is your advice for Republicans? And look, the president's not running for re-election, so it may not matter as much for him. But for Republican members of Congress at home this week, ahead of everybody going to the grocery store and buying stuff for a Labor Day cookout.
Well, it always matters, and the economy always matters. Listen, the $4 trillion that the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, announced on Friday that these tariffs are producing is going directly to our deficit, and that's important for us. But listen, that's all well and good. At the end of the day, if you don't have enough money to pay for your own groceries or your own supplies or your kids' school supplies, then you don't care about that $4 trillion. So what we have to continue to do is to remind the American taxpayer that there are more jobs and more opportunity under this administration, which means better wages. The other thing that we're doing, Leland, I know people don't want to talk about it, is 1.6 million illegals have already been out of this country. You know what that means? $15 billion in savings to the taxpayers annually for the state and local and federal government not having to pay for those illegals. That's going to be a direct impact for the American taxpayer as well.
Well, it also means higher wages at the lower end for working class Americans, and then up through the economy, at least up to people making about $150,000 a year, depending on their jobs. Map of the U.S. in recession. Recession high risk. Wyoming, Montana, Minnesota, Mississippi, Kansas, Massachusetts. Georgia, I think, is in particular one that folks should keep an eye on. Treading water. Missouri, my home state. Just look through here. Arkansas, California, Tennessee, Nevada, Colorado, Michigan. Michigan, obviously important for the Senate. Expanding. South Carolina, good for Republicans. Florida, Kentucky, Alabama, Nebraska. Is there enough attention being paid by the administration to the states that are going to matter for Republican control, not of the House, but of the Senate?
Always, always. I will tell you this. Look, it's very important to understand the importance of keeping the U.S. Senate in the Republican hands. And I think the Republicans have the opportunity to do that. They also have the opportunity to squander that. But I really think as you look at the economy and where the investments are going, you look at those big states, Texas, where the Democrats will tell you they have an opportunity to pick up a Senate seat there. They say the same thing, and they have since 1988, the last time a Democrat actually won statewide in Texas. But the reality is more Americans are moving out of California and they're moving into places like Texas and by and large the South because of the draconian policies of those governors by and large up in the Northeast. Now, Pennsylvania's done a great job, I think, partially because of David McCormick in the U.S. Senate, and I'll give some credit to Fetterman as well. That being said, there are still more opportunities in those southern states, those South Carolinas of the world, because people see opportunities for freedom, and that means lower taxes, less regulation, and better wages.
All right. Corey Lewandowski, thank you very much. We appreciate it as always.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.